All right, so we got three problems that we're going to do today to get you ready for today's live lesson. We're going to be solving inequalities using fractions. So this first one, and we're going to go through this together. Remember your steps for solving. Focus on the variable. All right. Do the opposite operation to cancel whatever's happening. So we see minus 3/7, so we're going to add 3/7 to both sides. When we do that, these guys cancel. And now we have the issue of I got to get a common denominator to add these two fractions together. So we can do our factor tree, which if we look, there's not going to be anything that factors out. So our least common multiple or our lowest common denominator is just going to be 63. So to do that, we're just going to multiply first fraction by 7 on top and bottom, the other fraction by 9 on top and bottom. That would generate 28 over 63 plus 27 over 63, which would be 28 plus 27, 35, 55 over 63. So we wind up with t less than 55 over 63. Now, we did not need to flip this inequality because we never multiplied or divided by a negative number. Try the next one on your own. Negative 2/3 x greater than negative a fourth. Click continue when you're ready to check your work and your answer. So we would see that we're multiplying by negative 2/3. That means we need to divide by negative 2/3, or if we're thinking in terms of fractions, when we divide by a fraction, we actually multiply both sides by the reciprocal. So we're going to multiply both sides by negative 3/2. That would cancel these guys out. I get left with just the x. I multiplied by a negative number, so that means I got to flip the inequality symbol. Multiply straight across. Negative times a negative makes these positive. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 times 2 is 8. And so we wind up with x is less than 3/8. All right, try the last one on your own. Hit continue when you're ready to check your work and your answer. So here we go. I see multiplying by fractions, so I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal, which is dividing by that fraction. These guys cancel. I get left with k. Now, I did not multiply the right side by a negative, so the inequality symbol stays the same, and we wind up with 4 times negative. 4 times 7 is 28. 5 times 6 is 30. And then this guy would simplify, so we need to find greatest common factor. Let's see what divides out. 2 will go into each of these, 14 and 15, and there's no common factor for 14 and 15, so 2 is our GCF. So we're going to divide the top and bottom by 2. So k greater than negative 14 over 15. And there we go. Your task for today's lesson is to generate 3 fraction problems. Okay? Everyone will get a chance to present at least one of them for us to solve. I like making these problems because, you know, we get to practice and you guys get to generate problems that you're like, I'm not sure I could solve this one. And we get to work on it together. So 3 problems like these examples with fractions, and we will work on them together in the live lesson room. We'll see you guys there.